I changed the quilt around. In other words, these right here are the two that I have already sewn. I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to go the other way. Now the reason is we have 7 rows going this way. I only have 5 to do going this way now. And I can get 2 of these underneath there with no problem to do the 3rd one. But if I keep going this way, then it's going to be harder on me. So I'm going to turn it to where I can be able to do it a whole lot better. And this is my area. Let me turn this light on. And this is where I'm standing at. So while I'm doing it, I am standing right here. And I have all this stuff right here in my way. But I am doing it. I am not one to put something away and stop on it. I like to continue working on it and doing it. Let's see if we can't get you a little bit closer. There we go. Oh, too close. It's blurry. Okay, so now then, I have already went through and sewed all of these down. So now my next thing is to work on these. So I have to come up here and I have to work on this one first, because it's my next one in line. So here we go. All right. We are still trying to find us another place. It's kind of hard to find a home where we're at for rent and all. So we're having to take our time and do it. It's not that easy to find a place. When we first moved down here from South Carolina, and we said, God, if this is what you want us to do, let's find one. Well, we were giving up, and I happened to say, let's go down this road, which is where we are now, and let's see what's down here. So we did. And we ran upon our this house that we're living in. And we called the guy and told him that, you know, we were looking to rent and all. And he said, well, you gotta fill out the paperwork. We filled out the paperwork. And I said, you asked God to help you and all. And I said, we are here to help you because that's what God's will is. We no sooner got back to our hotel room when he called and said that he's going to let us have the house. But our dog had to stay outside. We said, well, if we pay an extra $50 for the dog to stay in when it rains, will that be okay? And he said, yeah, but it won't be refundable. We're like, we don't care. As long as our dog can come in when it rains. Because he's scared of the thunder and lightning. You know, dogs used to not be that way. And now they are. Kind of weird how life just keeps on happening and things keep on changing and everything. But that's just the way that it goes. But I have, when we moved in here, the family that was here before us, I guess, I don't know what happened, but our bedroom, my bedroom, I mean, it stunk. We found out that the couple that lived here got pissed off at him because he had the house up for sale, and they were having to leave the house to show the house, and they pissed all over everything in there. So the carpet was absolutely burnt. So I changed the carpet. I put in a sidewalk out there, and I've done, like, put screen door on, painted the walls, you know, and done some other things around this house. The stove went out. Instead of calling him and telling him the stove went out, we just went and bought one and put one in. It was a used one, so. But when we go to leave, we're not going to take it with us. We're just going to leave it. And if we have to have another one, we'll buy another one. We'll let him have this one. He is a great landlord. We've had his family come and live, and we've had my family come and live. I have forgot to put the middle one in here. I need to do that so I can put it on there. So let's get this right here going here. Let's see what we can do about putting one in there so I can see what I'm doing here. But he doesn't say anything. I pay my rent on the 1st of the month, every month. I've only been late one time. I was out of town, and my mother had the check here to pay the rent. And she just forgot to call him and tell him that she had it. So we called her and told her, hey, you got to pay the rent today. Landlord's calling us and he shouldn't be doing that. And she paid the rent. But other than that, everything is okay. And there was one time he went to Jerusalem. He had himself a good time. His sister, I think it was, came by, picked it up, and sent it to him, I guess. But everything was A-okay from there. We had no problems whatsoever. He is a very good landlord. I hate to leave him and move, but the way things are right now, I need to. I need to move from here and get a bigger place, so I'm going to keep up with Emmy. And it don't look like Mom's going to. And Mom's not going to pay food bill or anything. I'm going to tell you, it's hard. Me and Rick can make it on what we make, what me and Rick make. But not with Emmy, we can't. We can't do it. It's too hard. Our light bill's backed now. We're in a hole with it. And the water bill has went up. I mean, the other people, they didn't help too much. But what little bit they did help, they helped. You know, what they could. So I told them mostly I want them to get a place of their own and move out of my house. And some of them helped, and some of them just absolutely refused to do anything. It's been a hard road and hard process, but I'm gonna tell you, my yanging is way, way, way worse than Rick's yanging, and I am one to tell you that it is. Well, we are just about done with this row. And I'm happy with that. And this is turning out pretty good. Yes. Alright, make sure it's down. I'm jabbing my jaws, and I'm just going with the flow. So. But God always provides. Old Mother Hubbard's cupboard's been bare, and God has always seen us through with something. My mom gave us money today, and $50. And buddy, the $50 is teetotally gone real quick. You cannot buy a lot of groceries with $50. There's just no way. But we're almost done with this one. I'm happy with it. We are doing good. Alright, we're down to our last teardrop here. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a teardrop because when you get married, you're crying all the time. Because people in marriage are not the same as it used to be. And it's like, own me papers. You owe me. Alrighty. I'm going to take me a break and then we'll come back and work on the other one. Alrighty. Well, we know it takes about 12 minutes. Oh no, my sewing machine went black. Oh no. What's going on here? Oh, I'll be back. Alright, now I gotta reset everything. Cat fell down over there a while ago and unplugged it earlier. But anyway, like I was saying, it only takes about 12 minutes to go down one side of it. So, now then, we're going to have this right here pretty easy because all these right here that's going down here is the teardrops now. Straight on down. So, I can't wait to get to these buttons and work on these buttons. I think that's going to turn out pretty good. I do. And so I'm not going to jab my jaws. I'm going to go ahead and get these done. And I'm going to fast forward these.
When I was just a boy in the days of childhood, I used to play the lead when shadows come. Then winding down an old familiar pathway, I heard my mother call. It said, "Oh, son, come home, it's supper time." The shadows lengthen fast. Come home, supper time. We're going home at last. Some of the fondest memories of my childhood are woven around supper time. When Mama used to call out from the back steps to the old home place, "Come on home, son. It's supper time." Oh, how I'd love to hear those words once more. But you know, for me, time is woven in the realization of the truth that's even more thrilling. That's when the call comes from the portals of glory to come on home. It's supper time. In visions now I see her standing on dirt, and the familiar voice I hear once more. The banquet table's ready up in heaven. It's supper time upon the golden shore.
I don't know what I'm going to rant about this time, but I know it's only going to take a few minutes to do these, about 12 minutes, so hopefully something will come out of it. And we can go on. Oh no. I need some Alkapucky up here. Because this is not going to work if it's pulling me off. So far, it's just turning out pretty good. Oh no, I went up in it. It's alright. I'm going to bring it back over here where it needs to be. And go on with it. And they're turning out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them. I mean, it's better than just going on the outline of it and all. So, and it seems like it's going a little bit more faster going this way. And you know what? My thing that I made at the bottom underneath this seems to be holding out and working great. It hadn't got caught yet, and I ain't sewed it to it, and it's holding out pretty good. I'm happy with it. I really am. I'm happy with it. I'm glad that it is. And I guess I was raised in West Virginia, and you take care of yourself, and you make do with what you have, and all. And my mom, I hate to say it, but my mom's a pack rat, and I kind of got that kind of a way, but mine's mostly my material and, you know, stuff like that to do sewing with, because I really do like sewing. I remember growing up, my mom, when we lived in Delbarton, you know, they had a theater there in Delbarton. And, no, wait a minute, it was in Williamson. They had a theater in Williamson. Delbarton's theater was closed down. But Dad said he can remember going to it when he was a boy. But my mom did all the upholstery on the seats there. Boy, I remember that growing up. I think I was like 12, and we had a place we go to, like the Blue Hole. And whoa, something's right here. It's feeling No, that's right. And we would have to go and down some tracks, some railroad tracks. I got really good at going down railroad tracks. And one day, I took off on the railroad tracks running on the rails. I fell off the rails. And I had to go have stitches. Boy, I remember that. This woman, she's my second mom, when you call her. Name's Barbara Gallion. And it was time for me to get my stitches taken out. My mom took my stitches out. And the whole time that I had the stitches in my knee, I was told not to bend my knee, because it would take the stitches out. So I got so used to not taking bending my knee, it was hard to bend my knee. And I remember her coming up behind me and kicking my knee and making me bend my knee. She would do that. She said, look, if you don't start doing that, you will have a problem the rest of your life. So I listened to her, and I started walking and bending my knee. Boy, it was hard to do, but I did it. But she's gone now. She used to take care of, it would be my dad's cousin, Mom and Dad. They're gone now. They had Alzheimer's and dementia, which of course all the older people are dying with that and all. And 9 chances out of 10, me and you are going to die with it too, because of the chemtrails and all the garbage that they keep putting in our food and all. I mean, I remember back in the 70s, when they had it on the news, that they were going to start incorporating pesticide into the food. And my dad said, well, that right there would help things out a whole lot. We wouldn't have to worry about putting, having bugs all over the food and all. And I didn't know any better. But boy, today I do. And if my dad was to have known and all, I think they would have fought. At least I hope they would have. I hope my mom would have. But my mama's book smart and all. And I wish she would have known. I really do. I wish that they would have known. And then they could have fought. But they were dumbed down just like we were, so we can't complain. We just have to fight with what we've got now. And all. But back to the Blue Hole. I remember the last time we went to the Blue Hole. And all. Mom said, now Daryl Harvey said, now you, which is my brother, said, now you, before anybody gets in there, you check out that water, make sure there ain't no snakes in it. He said, do not try to catch anybody that goes in there. I thought that was funny. But I'm telling you what, that Blue Hole was full of moccasins. And I almost ran into it. Now Harvey's like, stop, stop, don't get in that water. Snake, snake, stop. And I almost went into it. But I didn't. Alright, that right there did not turn out good at all. But we're going on with it. I don't like that one. It's ugly. If I was a perfectionist, I'd take that bad boy apart. But I'm not a perfectionist. So, we're going on with it. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. So we can get this sucker laying down flat. Looks like we're done with this one. So, I'm going to end this tutorial here. I'm going to start another one on the other side. Dun 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 dun. I don't like the way that turned out. You got a bulb right there. But let's look at this side real quick. Let me lay it out here. And we'll bring you over here and let you look at it. Well, this is the way it looks so far. Yep. It looks pretty good. I don't see anything wrong with it. I'm happy with it. We just got a lot of threads to cut. But that's okay. Alrighty, so I'll see you on the next one.